Hey, what's going on? This is Glendon Cameron, and I am starting this new section of my YouTube channel called How to YouTube. Because I get a lot of questions about how to start a channel, what camera do you use, so on and so forth. So I decided to put together just a few videos to break it on down for you. And out of these topics, this is number one, the most important thing that you should know about starting your YouTube channel. What is your topic? Topic is like genre in the literary world. Give you an example. Say you have this book, right? And you slaved over this book, and it's a great book, and you put your heart and soul into it. You've had it professionally edited, and you put it in the marketplace, and people go, boo! They don't like it. Same thing with your YouTube channel. It's not how much effort you put into it if your topic is not a widely accepted or wanted to be absorbed topic. That's why if you are in the resale, and I'm doing this because resale is a very niche-y, very small world. It really is, because a lot of people don't want to work that hard. Just be honest about it, because you could start a fitness channel today, and this time next year, if you've got the body, you've got the guns and whatever they need to see for the fitness channel, then you could be kicking my ass views wise within 1 year. I've seen it. There's a few people who started a channel less than a year ago, and they're like 10 million views, 15 million, 20 million views with like 30, 40,000 subscribers, because fitness is a super hot topic. Another hot topic: cosmetics, makeup, hair tutorials, anything that has to do with the appearance of a woman. Killer. I watched this girl, her channel's maybe a year old. She's got 39 videos. I think she's up to 30 million views. And she's a kid in her bedroom. So when you're setting up your YouTube channel, really think about your topic. That is the most important aspect to how successful you will be on YouTube. Now, how hard you work, now how good your camera is, none of that stuff comes into play. Now, to give you an example of hot topics that you may have not thought of: big girl clothes, cars, car rims, a certain type of car. There are like car clubs, like say you own the Alpina, the BMW. I found one of the BMWs I found in the storage unit. If you own that car, there's a whole car club of that. You could do a channel on that, and it's going to be super nichey, but everyone that is watching your channel is going to love it, because these are they love that car. So think about that. And other things I'm going to talk about is, I will talk about the equipment. I will talk about some editing things. I will talk about that. But job one, most important thing, is your topic. And, my backstory is, when I came on YouTube, there weren't a lot of people talking about resale. There was maybe 30, maybe 40, maybe, because I looked for weeks. I looked all over YouTube, there was Terminal 99, Dan Dotson, and a few other people, and that was it. And I used my hustler mindset and was like, whoa, this market's wide open. And there are still other markets that are wide open. There's a guy that did really well with remote control airplanes. He was the first one to come on the YouTube channel, blew up. So don't think that everything's gone, because it's not. But the deal is, you have to do a little research. You have to figure out what you're going to do. Now, another part of starting your channel, and this is something that I did when I started Glendon 007. I sat down and I sketched out 100 topics for videos before I made my first video. So I knew what my second video was going to be about. I knew what my third video was going to be about. Because the thing is, anyone can make 20 to about 80 videos. After that, it's going to start to get away from you, because unless you're like super knowledgeable about your topic, you're going to run out of stuff. So this will force you to think about what you're going to talk about. I have roughly 780 videos on this channel. There's about 150 that are hidden, and between all the channels, I'm probably at 1,000 videos right now. So some of that was duplication, but the vast majority of it was original one-offs. And I sketch stuff out. I have my goals, and when I'm walking, bam, that's a topic. I pull out my iPhone. I do the voice recorder. This is a neat little trick, because if you have any phone that's a voice recorder, right, just say your idea, email it to yourself, and then keep going. So you got to think about continually thinking about what kind of topics. Because I originally think, and I may still do the commentary channel, but the thing is, you have to look ahead of your channel. You have to look ahead of where you want to be. And also, let's talk about earning money from YouTube. 90% of the money, maybe 95% of the money that I earn from YouTube is not AdSense. AdSense can be great if you have a super juicy topic, but if you have a topic that's only going to get you maybe 100 views per video, which is good, or maybe 200 views, or 500 views, or maybe 1,000 in the course of a year, AdSense is not the way to go. Only reason that my AdSense money can be decent, and I'll tell you, it would be either a regular car payment or a luxury car payment. And I also will talk about the fluctuation of YouTube. But, it's never the same. Your AdSense thing will rock and roll based on what YouTube does with their algorithms. Like, I'll tell you, I had a month that just blew my mind. And I've never duplicated since. It was just like, it would have been a nice mortgage payment. It was just like, whoa, what happened? Then next month, YouTube changed some stuff, and it went down by $400. And I know for a lot of you, it's like, shit, I wish I could get $400 a month from YouTube. But understand, you will have to really have a lot of views just to get that. I'll tell you, like, my bad months, which are the summer, because this is the season of YouTube, and this is my 4th year. Actually, tomorrow, August 6th, will be my exact 4th year on YouTube. And it goes like this. Stuff like goes up starting August. Middle of August, my stuff kicks up. Then September, it goes up again. Then October through roughly around April, May, I'm pretty consistent. Then April, May, it starts dropping. It starts going down, down, down. Now what's happening? It's the spring and summer. If you're a YouTuber, guess what? A lot of people watch videos when they're at work. During the summer, when it's nice, either they watch videos when they're at work, or it's cold, or it's ugly outside, so they're inside and they spend a lot of time on the internet. But during the summer, when it's nice and wonderful outside and the sun is shining, they're not thinking about YouTube. And I have 4 years of data to back me up on this. And that's one of the reasons that I have been killing it with the videos, and I will continue to kill it with the videos because I know what's coming. If you've seen some of my videos talking about, getting your squirrel and getting your nuts during the summer, I'm getting my nuts because I know what's coming. My YouTube views are going to go up this month. They're going to go up again in September. They're going to rock in October, November, and December. And it's just really strange how the seasons impact viewership. And at first, it was making me feel some kind of way about myself because I'm like, why my stuff's going down? I'm putting out even more videos, but the numbers going down. And there was a period of time that I really wasn't putting up a lot of videos, and it was pretty consistent, and it was during the summer. So if you are going to rock out and put out a lot of videos, the fall, the winter months are going to be great for you. Summer, unless you're doing summer type videos, unless you're doing boating videos, unless you're doing, some type of beach videos, yeah, those rock year round. But understand, when you're setting up your YouTube channel, topic is the king. Context is the queen. And understand, a lot of people say context is king and the top. No, topic. Because I'll just say it. If you're a really attractive chick with big boobs and you had the audacity to put up a video every day talking about nothing, you're going to get more views than me. It's just how it is. It's just the way it is. I've watched this. I've studied this. There's this one chick named Trish Platus. It's insane, but she's probably making 4 or 5 G's a month from YouTube. Just because she's blonde with big boobs. It is what it is. You can't, it is what it is. And remember my saying, don't hate the player, don't hate the game, Learn the fucking rules so you can win. And that was one of my things about learning the rules. It's like, okay, so wait a minute. You can do this perfectly crafted video with awesome content and only get 50 views. Yet somebody can put up a video of themselves bursting a big ass pimple on their face and get 1,000,000 views. Yes, it's true. It can happen. It does happen. And that's why when you're planning your channel, you got to plan for the long haul, because it takes time for your channel to catch on. Even with my thin topic, it was about 8 months before things really started rocking and rolling. And I had put up 200 videos my first year because I had the first 100 sketched out. I'm telling you, just that exercise will make you think about the channel. Also, another tip, when you're starting a channel, be careful with your name, because once you pick your name, you can't change it. It's a wrap. YouTube and Google Plus did this thing where you had the option to change your name, but that was very temporary because they was transitioning people over. But once you do your channel, the name is the name. So whatever you pick, you better love it. My thing, looking back, I was kind of pissed because I wanted to change it to like storage auction or something. But since another part of your YouTube channel is you can transition from one topic to another if the topics are closely related. I started off with storage auctions. For pretty much 2 years, it was just storage auctions, Craigslist, eBay hate, PayPal hate, storage auction stories, and Craigslist stories. But the new thing is the American Hustler, how to make a living without a job, is closely related because it talks to the same people. People who want to earn more money. People who want to really make a lot more money than they're making with their job. So with my 4 years of YouTube and being a self-published author, I can speak intelligently, and boom, the proof of the pudding is my life. I make a living without a job. I have my own business. So you can transition your channel, but if you've got like a name that's highly targeted, that might be a problem. My name's Glendon 007, so I could kind of change the theme or the texture pretty easily and just denote something to a playlist. Because this is another thing. If you're going to have 2-3 channels, and this is something else that I noticed, even with the bigger names, it's rare that someone will create a second or third channel that does as well as the first channel. I don't care who you are. I've watched people do it, and it's just like their second channel never really gets like the first one, and I don't know what it is. But with that, start 2 or 3 channels at once. I know it's going to sound crazy because it's hard enough doing one, but once again, just a bit of advice. If there's 3 or 4 things that you want to talk about, start all 3 channels at the same time and consistently put out videos. Consistently put out videos. And you may be surprised because one may catch fire and really take off, but you won't know unless you do it. And also, put out videos on the regular. I mean, on the regular is once a week, twice a month. Twice a month will keep you in the game because it's consistent, because you're putting out something every month. And the thing is, let's talk about video length. There are some people who think I'm nuts. Some of my videos are 45 minutes long. Some of my videos are a minute long, but the vast majority fall between 20 and 30 minutes because I like it like that. And also, I am transitioning and positioning this channel and also positioning myself for longer content, because when all you do is short content, and there were some studies that a lot of people who are used to doing 3, 4, 5 minute videos, when they're challenged to do something longer, they can't do it. And I think the future of the world is going to come back to YouTube and other channels, because if you're going to be really heavily vested in video, you're going to need your own channel. Because I have the YouTube channels, I have a Vimeo account, I have my own private video channel, the Hustler Mindset Project. Once you get into it and start to learn about this stuff, it's like really fun, and it's the future. It's the future, because when you create a YouTube channel, you become the media. You have a bigger voice, and if you keep really putting out your content, your voice will carry. Now, another part of YouTube, based on my research, around the 4 to 5 year mark is when a lot of channels just take off. There was the guy D Storm Power. I started watching him when I first came on in 2009, and boom, 4 or 5 year mark, he just did this incredible hockey stick growth. Then there was another one, Andrea's Choice. I used to watch her. She did the same thing because she was just like here that she just exploded. And I watched a few other channels, and it's that 4 or 5 year mark. And understand, YouTube started in 2006. And if you are going to compare and contrast yourself against people who started in 2006, don't do it, because they had I'm not going to say it was an unfair competitive advantage. They had an advantage that you cannot get now. When YouTube first started, there was no other video channel. And when most of the YouTubers that started were young, and what did they do? They started a YouTube channel and they went over to MySpace. And MySpace didn't have any competition at that time, so it was YouTube and MySpace. So anyone that started in 2006 and took their videos to MySpace, they just exploded. Because I would watch videos of early YouTubers, and it's like, yeah, I got 1,000 subscribers this week, and that just told me there was no other competition. For you to get like 1,000 subscribers in 2013 is a challenge in a week, unless you're just one of the big names, where you already have 1 million, and it's just going to happen because you have that critical mass. Because another thing, when you become big, YouTube pushes you on people. When new people join YouTube, there are certain YouTube channels that they highly and aggressively suggest. And that's another reason that those channels are so big, and they will continue to get bigger because they're in that ecosystem. Not to say that your channel can't get there, but understand, realistically, for you to get there, it's going to take a few years. And that's the thing that throws people, because they'll see a kid who has a channel but may not realize that kid started his channel when he was 12. Now he's 18. He's got 80 million views, 500,000 subscribers. But when you look at it, that's a 6-year journey. That's a long time. And that's one of the things, when you're looking at this stuff and you're weighing and you're comparing and contrasting, you have to look at the context. You have to look at, when did this person start? What are they talking about? And really don't judge your channel based on someone else. Because one thing I will talk about is, with YouTube, you have the ability to create your own tribe. I will tell you, if you have a tribe of just 1,000 people, 1,000, not 2,000, not 4,000, 1,000 people that are heavily vested in you, who watch your videos, and then when you put out your products and they buy your products, you can do incredibly well with just 1,000 people. See, that's one of the reasons when I said earlier, 95% of my income from YouTube does not come from AdSense. And actually, if you've noticed, if you're a long-time watcher of my channel, like, I don't even turn the ads on the videos anymore until like the 2nd or 3rd week. Because the first week, there are no ads for the folks who are subscribed, and they can get in there and watch what they want to uninterrupted. And then a week later or two, bam, I put the ads on. And the reason I do that, once again, is research. There's only a handful of videos on your channel that are making the most money. It's kind of crazy, because once you go into your dashboard and you start looking, there's I've got about 50 videos that are responsible for 90% of the AdSense money that I get. 50. That's it. The other ones, they get money, but like this video, if I were to monetize it, it might make $4 this month. It might make $4. And another thing, when you do your videos, once again, think ahead of your channel. Because another thing that happens is you'll put up a video and it doesn't really do that well for some reason initially. But 2 or 3 months later, it may be like popping out of the sky. You'll look at it and it's got 10,000 views. Because the way that YouTube shifts stuff, it depends on the topic, it depends on the title, and it depends on what's related to that video. It may enter into the system and get pushed up, and then that video will start earning you more money. But that's one of the reasons that you have to put it out there, because the laptop video I did about the clean out the Toshiba air ducts, that video's at 100,000. That video didn't do squat for like 3 months. Nothing. Then bam. So the more videos you have, the better off you are. It's really a game of long ball. It's just like you put out a lot of videos, you have a topic, you thought about it, and it can do good things. So when you're starting your YouTube channel, the most important thing, more important than your camera, more important than anything else, is your topic that will make you or break you. Believe me, I'm telling you, I've researched it, I've seen it, and the only reason that my channel has like 2.4 million views is because I was the first one to aggressively hit the resale segment. If I came in, say, a year later, I wouldn't be where I'm at. That's how fast it changed. If I came in, a year later, 14 months later, wouldn't be here because I was able to get ahead of the pack. And going to what I just said about how YouTube pushes you up, anytime some other person comes up with a certain video that like resale or eBay or something that I talked about before, YouTube will take my video and put it right next to theirs, or they'll put their video next to mine. And people they'll like, oh, let me look at this, look at this. Also, get really creative with your thumbnails. That's one of the best things I think that YouTube's done recently, is the ability for you to create your thumbnails. Because initially, when I started, you got what you got. It was just like, they were like, sometimes you'd be like, that would be your thumbnail, because they would just pick one. So now they're having the choice to make your own thumbnail is pretty cool. Another thing with YouTube is when you pick your topic, have a goal. What do you want your YouTube channel to do? Do you want to entertain people? Do you want to educate people? Do you want to make money? And if you've watched The Hustler Mindset, I think there's nothing wrong with making money. There's some people like, oh God, I don't want to be one of those people that make money off my information. I just kind of hope people will think that I am so wonderful and fantastic that they'll just throw the money at me. Good luck with that plan of being a little scared bitch. Ask for the money if you want the money. If you want the money, fucking ask for it. But have a goal to where you want your channel to go. Because currently, there's a lot of channels that I look at, and they're going to fizzle out in 6 months, 8 months to a year because there was no thought, there's no rhyme, there's no reason. They're just making a channel. Now, if you just want to make a channel to express yourself because you want to, that's cool. But if you want your channel to do something for your life, either from an emotional standpoint or from a fiscal standpoint, you need a game plan. You need strategy. Unless you're like extremely attractive, I will tell you, I've studied it. A guy can be really handsome and just get on YouTube and talk about turtles, and he's going to get a crazy amount of views. Chick, she's pretty, talk about nothing, she's going to get a lot of views. If she's really pretty and she's doing like hair or something, I'm talking crazy views. Because the thing is, with the makeup channels, it's not just women that are watching the channels, it's me dudes. I got a few makeup channels, and I'll just be honest, I watch them because the girls are hot. Straight up, I'm just like, oh God, she did that again. Talk like that again. Do it again. Oh yeah. I know I'm not the only guy that watches them. So they get the benefit of the pervs like myself, as well as the women who watch the channel for the information content. So use what you got. If you are that kind of, like, look what Jenna Marbles. I remember watching her channel, and she just blew up. In the beginning, it wasn't like that. It was just like, okay. And she kept making videos, and her thing is she networked heavily. And that's another thing with YouTube. When you're in the right topic, like, say makeup. I'm going back to the makeup because to me that's like, if I was a girl, even if I was an ugly girl, I would have a makeup channel. I don't care, because the networking of makeup, hair, and those things is insane. They have conventions, they have meetups. There's all kinds of stuff that they do in that community that pushes all those channels up. And it's fantastic. But that's one of the segments. There's other things. Now, another thing about setting up your channel. Create a social media policy before you put up your videos. I started answering most of my comments because I like the engagement. I think it's fun. Also, I have a policy that if you're a dumbass, I block you and delete you. And there's some people that's very controversial because it's like, it's just leave it open and let anyone leave a comment. No, fuck you. Because, YouTube has let me lease this channel, because understand it's YouTube's channel. I'm just leasing property here. And I made that decision because I've watched YouTube for a long time. And typically when you have snarky, stupid ass commenters, they promote more snarky, stupid ass commenters to the point I have seen those type of comments totally push down the decent and logical conversation. They just take over. I've seen it, and it's just these people are crazy. There's something wrong with them. So when I started that social media policy, a lot of the fuckery in my comments and stuff stopped. Because there's like, oh, he's not going to let me act a fool. He's not going to let me cuss him out. He's not going to let me call him names. I'll go somewhere else and do that. And mark my word, if you see that kind of behavior, go to that channel of the person who's making those comments, and 7 times out of 10, you'll see that they do it all over the place. And that's really not someone you want on your channel. But once again, you can be wide open and let anyone comment and, quote, try to have decent debate, because essentially people just want attention. But that's my social media policy, because this genre, this topic is so volatile, because everyone's a hustler. Everyone's out to make money. Everyone's like trying to get their piece of the rock, so to speak. So there's a very alpha type mentality in the group, and it comes out in the comments a lot of times, which isn't really good for the conversation of the video. It's just not. But that's my channel. That's my decision. That's just something for you to think about, because if you want more people to comment, and this is something that happens when you get to snarky people, it prevents good people from commenting, because they don't want to get caught up in that BS. They won't comment, so you're actually losing really good comment points to your discussion, because you let the bad kids run the asylum. And with my comments, it's not like that. I would block your ass in a heartbeat, like you're the zombie. Block, gone, off the island. And the channel, in my opinion, has gotten better. The conversations become better, and the engagement has become better. But once again, when you start a channel, you are the CEO, the marshal, the gatekeeper, the secretary. You got to do all that cleaning, and sometimes it can be a lot. Now, another thing, when you're setting up your channel, go ahead and give people 1 or 2 ways to get to you. I went crazy and gave a lot of ways, and it got overwhelming. I suggest creating a Facebook fan page and Twitter. That's it. You don't have to, Google Plus, I would have a profile because it hooks up to your YouTube channel, but Facebook, number 1, and Twitter, number 2, and possibly Pinterest if you're doing the type of things that, because Pinterest is typically female driven, but Facebook and Twitter are, number 1 and 2, places where people congregate and talk and discuss your channel. So you don't have to be all over the place. You can pick 1 to 2 social media outlets, and understand YouTube is also part of social media, but you don't have to have every piece of social media. You don't have to, because there's some people that's like, be everywhere, be on every platform. That will drive you nuts. Pick 1 or 2 and rock out on it, and you'll be much happier and saner. So that's really the deal for this video. Topic, how to set up your channel, and I'll get into some other stuff in the next one. All right, this is Glendon, and I will see you on the good side.